Trying to connect with Brett Goldstein for a virtual interview is something out of a comedy. About 5 minutes into a chat with the writer, actor and stand-up best known his portrayal of Gruffy, Don't You Dare Settle for Fine, Roy Kent on Ted Lasso, he disappears from the screen. He returns, squinting and scrunching his scruffy face while searching for a solution to his glitchy internet connection. Over the next few minutes he repeatedly reappears and vanishes, even briefly adopts his Roy Kent voice and playfully drops an expletive. Eventually we are in business. Comedy is about extremes, Goldstein says. And a reporter with finite time eager to talk to Goldstein about his debut comedy special, HBO's The Second Best Night of Your Life, April 26, 10 and Ted Lasso, returning for a 4th season, battling an internet connection acting like Lucy from Peanuts, with a football is funny. In The Second Best Night of Your Life, Goldstein draws punchlines from a 2023 episode of Sesame Street, hailed as the best day of his life, being famished during a 2023 trip to the White House when food was scarce out of respect for taxpayers, and even his love life. I love stand-up, says Goldstein, 44. I do think it's the purest in terms of there's no one you have to discuss it with. There's no need to pitch writers or executives. Goldstein writes for Ted Lasso, is a co-creator of Apple's dramedy, Shrinking, and appeared in the most recent season. With stand-up, I could have an idea in the afternoon, I can try it that day, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't work, fine. We tried it, need a break, play the USA Today Daily Crossword Puzzle, the vulnerability of Brett Goldstein's stand-up. Goldstein started performing stand-up in 2007. Before going on stage he felt fear, after a high. I'd say the next 2 years were probably bad gigs, he says. But he persevered. Goldstein launched the Second Best Night of Your Life tour in 2023, now a 63-minute descent into his mind available for home viewing. In the special's opening, Goldstein puts on a confident facade, puffing on a cigarette and greeting fans in a fur trapper hat and coat. Really, he's so nervous he vomits. The bit is inspired by material Goldstein once performed. It's insane how casual they are, he says in an interview, when I'm like, there's no way I would be that relaxed before. They're always just, like, chilling. Oh, time for this show, is it? In his debut, Goldstein remembers not eating or drinking before his White House visit, because I assumed we were going to live like kings. We were there 9 hours. Hour 8 I was sat with the president going, are you sure, just a thimble of water? Please sir, let me Uber Eats. Regardless of the subject matter, Goldstein says, he always feels vulnerable the first time he tests new material. When I try a joke, it's not really me saying, is this funny? What I'm saying is, am I mad? Am I insane? He says, am I alone here? If they laugh, maybe you're not. Or you are, but it's okay, we accept you. But then everything is truly tragedy plus time. Ted Lasso, Season 4, in my heart I thought there'd be more. Goldstein is busy writing the highly anticipated 4th installment of Ted Lasso, announced to all believers in March. The comedy centers on the character, played by Jason Sudeikis, who transforms an English soccer team with his unyielding optimism. In the new season, Ted has been named the coach of a women's team. As to whether he's resurrecting that lovable Cadbury cream egg of man with hard exterior and gooey center, that's a secret being guarded like an AFC Richmond goal. When asked, Goldstein playfully echoes his publicist, nearly verbatim. What I can say is I'm back in a professional capacity as an executive producer and writer, he says with a wide grin. The revival of the Emmy-winning comedy didn't entirely surprise Goldstein. When the series wrapped, I cried and we had such an emotional goodbye, he says. But I do think a part of me thought this wasn't the end. I just felt like it's such a lovely world. It sort of felt like surely there'll be a way to do more. But as time passed since the finale on May 31, 2023, he reconsidered. I guess I then thought maybe it isn't going to happen, he adds. So then when it was happening, I was like, ah, wonderful. But I wasn't completely surprised, because I think in my heart I thought there'd be more. Recently, Goldstein appeared on Shrinking as Lewis, the driver involved in the car accident that killed Jimmy's Jason Segel wife. Segel thought the role would distance Goldstein from Roy. Jason was into that, Goldstein says. And I think, because of his experiences, I was more worried about doing this difficult part well, and joining one of the greatest casts ever.